So for anyone who has temptation to varnish Hohner combs, I've had a number of issues with Hohner combs. This is a Marine Band Deluxe. When I shared my experience of expanding comb, people were like, no way, that shouldn't be happening with Deluxe. They're super sealed and all that. But there was a discussion between me and a guy called Ray, and what came out of it is there's two different types of combs on the Hohner Deluxe. One's seems to be more modern than another one. So, like, I might have bought these ones from somebody who had old stock, for instance. They were new, but so that might have been the case. And there's some telltale something to do with the writing. It looks slightly different, and the ones that he'd bought didn't have, the writing wasn't exactly the same. So anyway, and so I've got a C and an A, yeah, in this. So, and on both of them, the teeth was slightly shining up, poking up. Yeah, they're slightly poking up. So what I did was I got them out and dried them up, and gave them a varnish. So anyone who's curious or interested, and sorry, both of the combs were the same, with the same writing. They were different to the ones that he had. Yeah. So yours might be different. Yours might not need it. I don't know. For me, they did need it. So I cracked them open. And this is called Polyvine. 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 It's food safe, so you can put it in your mouth within reason. you can pen it. So this is as dry as a bone. This I wouldn't say it feels like plastic, but it's almost now sealed. It feels more like a Zidal harmonica, 1847. The comb, the gloss on it is just really good. But so now, see, I'm a tongue blocker. So now it just feels smooth and glossy, and completely sealed it. What I had to do really was I flat sanded them a little bit, and I sort of treated the wood first of all with a type of wax. So that sort of, you imagine, so it soaked up that sort of wax, because it was like every coat of this stuff that I put on, bearing in mind you need to put a really thin layer on because you don't want lumps anywhere. So every coat I put on just sunk in. So I probably put about 7 or 8 coats on this. And when you're talking a coat, let it dry for a day, and then it's almost looked like there was nothing on there. And then another coat, let it dry for a day. Bearing in mind also, it depends where you put it. You don't want to paint that side and then stand it up on something. So I had to do this side and that side and that side, and keep it stood up, for instance, on a side that wasn't painted. You know what I mean? A bit like that. So yeah, in the end, it was probably 7 or 8 coats. If this harmonica lasts a bit the test of time, and I keep using it, then what I would do is buy an Andrew Azak's comb for it. Yeah, which defeats the object of this. But I have blues harps. They come like wooden combs, marine bands, classics, which I don't use enough really to warrant anything like that. But I'm an experimenter, so I like to try things and try and get life out of something. I had these for about 8 weeks, and they were expanding. So, and I repeat, it must have been something to do with like older stock. It's possible as well. I remember having a marine band deluxe, and they see these teeth here. I think they were a bit more like this, whereas these ones are quite square. Yeah, they do have you know, like a roof, bit of a thing going on. I don't know what angle you'd call that, but I remember I had a Marine Band Deluxe which I sold, and I think I remember it being a bit more sort of like that. So if you've got any thoughts on that, these seem to be quite square with rounded edges. Not like a classic, which is square edges, but I think I remember. So any thoughts on that? Any thoughts? Lovely harmonica. I don't know why there's 2 nuts on the side. Don't know. But I always take one off and use the screws on something else maybe. There you go. Polyvine. Food safe.